Hello and good evening, and welcome to this video tutorial in which I'm going to outline a series of additional free study materials that you can use when pursuing your Cisco certifications or just simply your desire to learn more about Cisco technologies. And so one of the common questions that I receive typically from students as well as from subscribers and viewers of some of my videos are where can I find additional materials and what other resources do you use in order to prepare for your teaching or to prepare for your certifications in your career. So I'm going to go ahead and start out with the first and maybe or maybe not the most obvious, but definitely one of the resources. Everything we'll talk about tonight I put in my syllabus every semester so that students will have an opportunity once the semester ends to go ahead and take a look at some of these additional resources and to continue to grow as networking professionals. So the first one here is Cisco Live. So if you go to www.ciscolive.com or Cisco Live 365, so CiscoLive365.com, you can actually sign up, and the key about everything I'm going to show you here is it's free, right? So you can sign up for free, and what Cisco Live is, for those of you that aren't familiar with it, is every year in the States, Cisco will hold a massive networking event. And I mean networking from both the topological perspective as well as from the social perspective. So it's an opportunity to get together with other networking professionals, and what they do, and you can see this year it's going to be in San Diego, what they do is a couple weeks after each of the events, you can find every single session. You can find the video for the session along with the PDF for the session. So let's say that you were interested in becoming a CCNA. So I just type CCNA up here in the search window or in the search bar and take a look at the wealth of information about CCNA, right? They've got CCNA data center here, technology, routing and switching mastery, CCNA wireless, CCNA voice. So really just about every topic, and here's a favorite one, right? Mastering IP subnetting. You can see this is from the 2012 San Diego show. This is from the 2013 Orlando show. So let me go ahead and just click on this one here. So Mastering IP Subnetting Forever, which was a session in Orlando. And take a look. You've got two sessions that were provided. They recorded both, and so the session video is right here. You can also click here and you'll be able to grab all of the slides. So during these presentations, they're typically using slide decks as guides, and this is the entire slide deck from the presentation, right? And it's slowly but surely loading here. And we'll give it a second. You can see we've got 71 slides in the deck. It was Scott Morris and Keith Barker, and Scott is a world-renowned Cisco educator, 4-time CCIE, CCDE, and a JNCIE, which is Juniper's equivalent to the CCIE, and Keith Barker, clearly no slouch himself. So again, you've got access to the slides here. They go down, they start to talk about how to subnet, right? And it's at the CCNA level, which makes it absolutely fantastic for new Cisco learners, typically students who are trying to figure out how to do certain things, right? Subnetting being one of them. Now, you can also watch the session video. So if I click on the session video here, it's going to pull up an MP4, and this will take a couple seconds to load, but you can also then actually watch the session. So even if you can't afford to fly to one of the events and to pay the fee to get into the event, into the Cisco Live event, all you have to do is wait a couple of weeks, and then all of the sessions from that event are going to be posted to the internet. And we'll go ahead and continue to let that go here. So again, if I was interested in studying for CCNP level topics, I would just type in CCNP in the search area there and hit enter and take a look. CCNP security, a lot of CCNP security stuff going on. So let's take a look on the left-hand side here. So if I wanted to see just the sessions from San Francisco 2014, I could click on that, right? If I was interested in routing, maybe I'm interested in security, I can click on those over here on the left-hand side to kind of trim things down, right? And focus, I'm interested in best practices, okay? And then introductory, intermediate, advanced. Let's scroll back up, and there's nothing there. Typically, CCNP is not going to be with the beginning level. So if I wanted to search on CCNA topics that meet that criteria, let's see what we've got here. I'll have to trim it back a little bit, or let's expand the, see if we've got anything. And you'll notice it's showing what I'm trying to match over here, and maybe I've got too many things picked. So I'll just pull out best practices, which I think is holding us back. Yeah. So here you go. 2015 in Milan, they had an introductory wired LAN deployment. So let's cruise back over here. So here you go, right? I mean, this is the full session, an hour and 12 minutes long, and I'm not sure it's actually running right now, but you can then go ahead and watch the session. You can download the slide deck, and then it's almost as if you're there, right? And you can do this all from the comfort of your home or your office. And keep in mind that it's absolutely free. Everything I've just shown you right here, this is free to get access to, right? So this is a great resource. And again, as you move on in your studies, right, if you're interested in CCIE level topics, and let me go ahead and clear out here all these filters, right? So if you're interested in CCIE level topics, right, we'll do a quick search here, and it's probably so many topics that it's taking a little while to return back. And do I have anything else? Click down here. Okay, no. So 2014, the CCIE's candidates introduction to MPLS Layer 3 VPN networks, right? There just a whole host of topics. So if you're doing routing, right, I click on routing and take a look. MPLS for routing and switching CCIE candidates. And you can just sit here and scroll down and take a look at all of the different sessions, and you can watch all of these sessions. So the Cisco Live 365 is a phenomenal resource for additional information. All right, so there's our session there, and they're actually going along here. I'm going to close that down, though, and we'll close out the PDF here. So one of the next resources would be YouTube. And you would be amazed that a lot of companies, INE being one of them, and I've done a couple of live stream courses for INE in the Linux realm, but Brian McGahan and his team have a series of videos that are up on YouTube, again, for free. So 2 videos in the CCNA routing and switching, 7 videos in the CCNP routing and switching. You've got 9 videos, IPv4, IPv6 multicast, and then they've got some CCIE videos out here. So again, if you were to click on the specific channel, they talk about the point-to-point protocol, right, PPP, and the EIGRP neighbor process. And so again, not every topic, right, because obviously they're putting these out here to show you, hey, here's what we're capable of, and this is the quality of our material, but phenomenal resources that are free for you to go ahead and watch. So again, you just simply Google INE YouTube. All right, let's take a look at the third recommendation. And IP Expert is very similar to INE, and they provide CCIE, CCNP, and CCNA training. If we come over here and take a look at their playlists, you can see they've got wireless configuration methods, CCIE routing and switching lab videos, collaboration, wireless, security, data center, voice, and then take a look here, 12 videos in the CCNP security. So you can simply go down and take a look at all of the different topics. So again, if you're taking a look at your CCNA data center, you can see they've got 3 videos here that you can watch, an hour of material for absolutely free, right? Again, giving you samples of their training, right? And so IP Expert is a fantastic resource. All right, and then there's GNS3, and chances are that your instructors have probably mentioned GNS3. GNS3 is a fantastic free networking simulator software, right? And so I just clicked on the free download here. So again, you can log in and you can actually download GNS3. It's absolutely free, and then you could do network simulations, right? So what are some other resources? Well, I always like to listen to IT-related videos when I'm driving to and from work, and one of the things I listen to is the Packet Pushers podcast. And Ian and his crew do a phenomenal job. You can follow them on Twitter at Packet Pushers. And here are the podcasts, right? So this one here is Multi-Tenant Data Center with AIL and NEC sponsored, right? So Cisco Nexus using BGP as a VXLAN control plane. So they have hundreds of podcasts that cover a wide range of topics, everything from OSPF to EIGRP. And what I really like is that they bring Cisco-centric experts and networking-centric experts who are the subject matter experts in the topic onto the show to talk about the technology. There's also the Ethereal Mind website, which you can link to, and I'll go ahead and click on that right now. And you can see right here that they talk about the Cisco 9000, right? And probably going to go into ACI. I was reviewing the non-ACI Nexus 9000 products. And again, all kinds of articles, blogs, everything that you can think of. And again, you can download these podcasts, put them on your iPhone, and if you're using Bluetooth in your car, you can listen to the podcasts as you're driving around. And again, some fantastic information in these podcasts. All right, so we talked a little bit about wireless. One of the, if it is the best, in my opinion, this is the best wireless podcast that's out there, and it's two of the most talented engineers, Blake Crone and Sam Clements, who actually host these sessions. And you can see the E40, that's just episode 48. And you can see here they're on episode 54, Aruba, HP, and CCIE Wireless version 3 update. So if you're interested in wireless technologies, these guys right here are the industry experts. And I love listening to their podcast. You get up to speed on all kinds of new technology, and they talk about, just like Packet Pushers, they're going to talk about more than just the Cisco technology. Although they do talk a lot about the Cisco technology, they talk about a lot more than that. You can see they've got the next Wi-Fi Rockstar, all about AC, so 802.11 AC, E55, surfs up, right? So they're probably talking about Wave 1 or Wave 2, 802.11 AC. But again, if you want to learn about Wi-Fi and Cisco Wireless, Aruba, HP, you name it, these guys are the industry experts, Sam Clements and Blake Crone. All right, so now we're going to wind down a little bit here. So again, everything up to this point has been absolutely free, and what Cisco actually just came out with is the Virtual Internet Routing Lab. It's called Viral. So if I were to click on Get Viral today, this is not free, right? But they have an academic version, and if you're a student or a teacher, it gives you a single installation. You've got the Viral Personal, which is $200, and this is a pretty amazing piece of software, right? And here's everything that it comes with. So Cisco Viral Personal Edition, annual subscription. License provides scalable, extensible network design simulation environment with several Cisco network operators. So check this out. So you don't just get iOS, you get iOS V, iOS XRV, which is basically the virtual, the viral version, NXOS, which is the Nexus line, and the CSR 1000V virtual machines, as well as third-party images such as Ubuntu Linux. So again, this is a very, very powerful, high-speed virtual network simulator. I haven't actually downloaded this myself, but I know a couple of colleagues who have, and they absolutely love it, right? They absolutely love it. So I wanted to make sure that I mention this. And again, you can do the student license, which is $80. So if I were to pick, and where would we do that? And there's a little thing here. It says something about a $50 discount possibly. So I may have gone right by where you would order that. So you can get $50 off the personal edition by using the code VIRL50, right? And so I guess if that you get the personal edition, it would be $149, right? But still, the academic version would be the cheapest way to go. And again, it's not something that you have to have. And there we go. There's the biviral. Not something that you have to have, but definitely if this is within your financial means, this is a fantastic piece of software. All right, and then the final one is something that's called IOU Web. Now, Cisco has something that's called IOU or IOL, which stands for iOS on Unix and iOS on Linux, and those are proprietary, and you've got to, I guess you have to be under NDA, and you're not supposed to have those. So again, I'm not advocating the downloading of any of the Cisco NDA products, but I am going to show you that there's this IOU Web that it looks like this individual has created, and it is also sort of a network simulator of sorts, right? And IOU permits you to run iOS natively on x86 platforms when GNS3 must emulate the whole hardware. So it's sort of like a virtual version of or I should say a web version of the Cisco IOU or IOL, but not the proprietary version, or not the version that you're not supposed to be using. So, but again, this is free, and I've downloaded this and messed around with it a little bit, and it's actually a pretty neat little piece of software, and it allows you to, again, simulate routers, simulate Cisco switches. And so out of all of these products, right, or out of all of these resources, one of my favorite, again, is this Cisco Live resource right here, because you're getting it straight from the source with respect to the subject matter experts in the field. And they're really some phenomenal sessions. Again, I highly recommend that you take a look at some of the sessions. Irrespective of the level that you're looking at, the quality is outstanding. And this year they're going to be in San Diego in 2015. Okay, so that's really a list of all of sort of my recommended additional resources depending upon sort of the specialty that you're looking for, whether it's wireless, route switch, security, service provider, data center, whatever the case may be. These are some fantastic free resources, again, with the exception of viral, fantastic free resources that you've got access to. And again, I highly recommend to my students that they take a look at these and that they use them for either supplemental study or when they go to move on in their careers, just to continue to grow as networking professionals. Okay, well, hopefully I've shown you something that you haven't seen before, and I really hope that you get some value out of these sites and some of the software tools that we've looked at. And thanks for watching. Have a great evening.